Hi, and welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is Loshak in the Bag show for Wednesday morning, December 12th. Jimmy the Bag and I both killed it on Monday. We absolutely killed it. Then we came back on Tuesday and Jim killed it again. And I had a shitty day. But Jim has 2 straight awesome days in a row. I don't know what happened with me yesterday. Again, it was those fucking first period totals. Sometimes I do them and it seems like it grows my unit bankroll here. But more often than that, it seems like I just get a little bit too cute and screw myself. I think there were some more games yesterday where I took the first period over, but didn't take the full game over in NHL. I did have my 2 leans for yesterday was Winnipeg on the first period minus 180 and the over in the Washington game at 6, which I wanted. Those both cashed. My record overall in NHL is still good. It's up 25 units. My leans this year that I do track and talk about in the show up 60 units this year. Jim, if I had given all of my leans and my picks in the NHL this year, I'd be up 85 units. As of right now, I'm only up 25. But Jim, you're fucking killing it. You're fucking NBA, NHL, pretty much everything. Jimmy the Bag is killing it. You know, if you like to tail guys who are coming off of bad days because you think that they're due, that would be me. But if you like to tail guys who are just killing it day in and day out because you think you're going to kill it one more time, that would be Jimmy the Bag. Right.
That's very kind. It makes me very nervous. Makes me very nervous. But yeah, we're on a heater right now. It feels good. 2-0 in college basketball. 7-2 overall, up about, I think it was about 6.5 units or something like that. I've made some plays this morning, but it's not me alone. It's us working together as a team. I finally broke 20 units in NBA.
Did you?
Yeah, I went 2-0 yesterday and last night in NBA.
Okay, so let me check because I did send in the records and I don't remember if I saw NBA. Let me just check. Yeah, definitely. 21.3 units, Jimmy the Bag. Plus, wow.
Yeah, simultaneously hit high water marks in NHL and NBA. NBA is absolutely working as a team, and the same as NHL. We work as a team here on Loshak in the Bag, and we are all eating. And it's so nice to say that, man. It just feels so good to say that. God damn, it feels good to say that. And let's keep rolling. It's all about the hard work. It's all about working together. Let's keep
Jimmy
rolling.
the Bag really, really low-key doing phenomenally in NBA. When people think Jimmy the Bag, they think horses, they think NHL. We'll throw the record up NBA, not right now, but no, not right now. We'll throw it up in the NBA segment, but I'll read it out right now. On the year, in the official picks in this show, and this is hard to do. Jimmy the Bag, as you know, it's very hard to do. Leans don't count. Picks that you give that you wish you could take back do count. It is hard to have an official public record tracked using up to the second lines. Not fucking easy to do. Jimmy the Bag right now in NBA 80 and 56, plus 21.3 units, plus 14.5% ROI. That is really impressive, Jimmy the Bag.
It's a team. It's an absolute team. It's not me being brilliant. It's listening, like we always say, listening. Yes. We have such an incredible group of cappers that I really don't see it ending anytime soon. I'm staying away from totals as much as possible, except when I have a real strong lean early in the morning, or except when Dan or Ralph Portwando or Noli Knows or any of these guys, Brant Hunt, Teddy B, Ski Profit, King Rail, when any of these guys have a real lean on the total. On the sides, I'm just kind of... But, I feel like we're still leaving money on the table. I mean, look at Jason Wynn right now. Spurs first half and finally easy money. That was a mistake. Game 3 of a 6-game homestand. They were in that perfect spot. Suns on the back-to-back, but that's a good sign. We're leaving on the money on the table. We're doing good work. We have a huge NBA card. I only made 1 play in the morning. I really want to work it out with everybody here and spend as much time as possible on it.
So the Spurs were an easy call, even at 12.5. Yeah, they covered by double digits. Unreal.
Third game of a 6-game homestand. It was just that perfect spot. Yeah. We talk about perfect spots. We're talking about that more and more and more as this show gets stronger. We're talking about perfect spots. We're talking about in hockey. Hockey, we have that same situation. I'm telling you, I am going to fade every Western Conference team minus 1.5 when they come to that sleepy Barclays Center. Probably 2 at Nassau, but that sleepy Barclays Center just seems to be a nightmare for Western Conference teams. I'm on the Islanders minus 1.5. It's a situational bet that I'll be making all year.
So
Drew
Barclays Center
said what happened to Bruins puck line. Drew, so I'm 14-2 in the last 2 days. My 2 losses, both teams actually won the game. They just didn't cover minus 1.5. That's how unbelievably rolling I am. Yeah, Bruins did not cover the puck line. They got down early. The Leafs did with very nice big number. But yeah, Bruins and Sabres got down early and had to climb back. And but Smooth Moses says, "Can we trust Lehner now? He looks good. He looked good against Spencer. I think we can trust Lehner now. I listened to an interview of him, and he said all the right things. He talked about. Well, I guess should we? Maybe we'll save that for NHL. But
no, that's okay. If it's a question that comes in, we're gonna look at some of these again. As we know, the comments section that we look at, is a little bit for jokes, mostly for handicapping opinions, is very, very important. And a lot of times people say, all right, we're 10, 12 minutes into the show. We haven't done any handicapping yet. No, when we're looking at the intro comments to the show, that definitely counts as handicapping. We shout out comments that look interesting. We copy and paste comments that we want to bring up later. When we talk in general about stuff in the beginning of the show, we are definitely jumping right in with handicapping. It's just a catch-all phrase.
Sure.
And we're also looking back on what happened yesterday, which is very important to do, right? Reviewing what happened. All right, so let's see.
Simply put, I watched an interview of Lehner, and I was very impressed with what he was saying. He was saying that we're going with the hot hand. Trotsy's going with the hot hand. I respect that. I like that. Greiss deserved to be starting, and he never once said I deserve to be starting, but he intimated I'm getting hot. And we'll see if I keep starting if I'm hot. But I thought he handled it perfectly. He seemed very sound. And I think that he's a guy we can trust moving forward. Now, that can blow up in our face very quickly, but I really do think he's a guy we can
Art Hayes says, do you guys have an address? We can send you gifts for all that you do for us low-baggers. You can't send anything down to Costa Rica, but my PayPal is plowshack1@yahoo.com. Art Hayes, let me just say that.
Yeah, there's no postal codes in Costa Rica, and if you actually send us gifts, they tax them like crazy. So it's tricky. It is tricky to get anything here. When we give somebody our address, it's like across from the animal refugio, down the street from a hotel, across the street from a monkey. It's a rough address. But, I'm ready to get to work, Pete. I'm ready to get to work.
All right, let me see. Ronnie P. 145 says, Pete, great call on Kings Monday night. My kids Christmas, thanks you. Yeah, that was we're talking again about maybe what will wind up being the most interesting game of the entire week. The Bulls as a small home underdog against the Kings, and I did wind up taking the Kings and sticking with it, despite the line movement in favor of the Bulls, and I'm happy I did it. Although, in retrospect, again, leaving money on the table by not taking the Bulls first quarter, first half, even in that situation.
Or the under, which I cashed by, 30 points or so in that game?
Let me see. Other comments coming in. Eddie Euler saying NBA games have gone under in the last 2 nights. Yes, that's true.
Big Man on Campus joining us. That's so great to see. Saying good luck to you, Peter and Jimmy. Keep doing your thing. That's very exciting. Let's get to work. We got some great cappers here. Big Man's here too. Let's get to work.
But we are getting to work when we read these comments, aren't we,
I know,
Jim?
but I have 40 pages of notes that we got to start going through. That's
40 pages of notes.
Yeah.
All right, so that means I have 40 pages of notes that I need to listen to while Jimmy the Bag reveals them all. All right, so let's all right. NHL. Let's start with NHL.
Well, let's start with my high watermark, man. High watermark.
We can throw the NHL record up there. I lost 5 units yesterday, which was not good. These fucking first period team totals. I'm still doing well in NHL, but Jimmy the Bag really starting to heat up in NHL. And let me see, what do we have today in NHL? We have a small card. We have a game at the Barclays Center. What do you think? Islanders -1.5. What do you think about the under in Vegas? Islanders. I was also thinking that maybe Calgary is a big favorite here, but they're looking very good offensively. Mike Smith is stepping up. Is Smith in goal? No, unconfirmed. But,
I think Smith will probably be in goal. I think they're going to ride with him. Great to have Big Man here. He's saying interesting but small card tonight and all weekend hoops. From past experience, what I'm seeing during exam weeks, defense takes a back seat. I would not be betting overs a ton this week. I thought if defense takes a back seat, then the overs would be in. Sorry, I guess I'm misinterpreting what he's saying there. But it's great to have him here for college. I will copy and paste all the stuff. Feel free to ask him questions on college. Let's get to work right now in NHL. I've already made 3 bets. I also made them official picks, and I tweeted them at you this morning, not too long ago.
All right, I'll go to Twitter and find them.
First off, I'm taking the Islanders -1.5. This was a play that worked for us in a big way last year, and I've seen it already working this year. And I'm going to back it. It's not easy to fly across the country for these Western Conference teams and then go into a sleepy arena with 10 or 11,000 fans that don't care and play good hockey. Also, the Golden Knights will likely be getting Paul Stastny back in the lineup. That, I think, will actually hurt them at first. Stastny's never a guy with great wheels, so I think it's going to take a little while to get rolling. It's obviously going to benefit them long term, but short term in one game. Now, with Haula out of the lineup, too, he's a big help to this team. Don't get me wrong, but will he be a help tonight? The Islanders are coming back after a great game in a sold-out Nassau Coliseum against the Penguins. The Islanders are playing good hockey. Golden Knights last played Sunday, so they are fresh. They beat the visiting Dallas Stars 4-2. Marc-Andre Fleury has a very strange record, 908 save percentage, but 5 shutouts this year. So when he's not on, he's getting lit up. Robert Lehner, as I said, I really was impressed with that interview. 916 save percentage, 2.63 goals against average. Islanders are now 10th in goals allowed at 2.83, just behind the Knights, who are 9th at 2.81. Their power play is not clicking. We had a feeling that would happen this year without Johnny Tavares in the lineup. Their penalty killing 16th at 79.3%. Knights also have good penalty killing. I like this quite a bit. I am on the Islanders -1.5, and I got plus 350.
What do you think about? I was vaguely thinking about the under, but you think that that if Vegas loses, it's probably because Fleury gets lit up?
Actually, I don't. I don't actually. I think that you're right. I would definitely lean to an under. Are they hanging a 6 for you?
Yeah, it's 6 everywhere, and the Vegas team total under is just 3.5 minus 150. But in order to lose that, you got to get to 4. What do you think, Jimmy the Bag? What do you think about Vegas's offensive prospects here? I guess the main issue here is Lehner and the Islanders' defense. You trust the Islanders' defense? You trust Lehner here?
I do. The Islanders' defense is healthy.
Yeah,
they're a healthy squad. It's Kuhnhackl and Ladd who are injured up front, and they're tough, important defensive forwards, responsible forwards. But yeah, I like this spot quite a bit. I'm on -1.5. I'm going for a big score.
You're going for a big score here.
And Red Girl's on the under.
And
under. Jason Wynn says hockey sucks. I would say it sucks too if we weren't up 100 units since we started working together last October.
All right, I will. I'll take Vegas. I'm going to take under 3.5 minus 150. I'll start off with that. I'm going to stake Vegas team total under 3.5 minus 150. I will trust Lehner here. I will trust the Islanders defense. Jimmy the Bag, you took the Islanders. You think that's a nice play, huh? Wow, yeah. And I would be leaning under on this game as well. In general, how do you feel about Fleury? He's okay, right?
It's very strange season he's had with the incredible shutouts, but not having a strong save percentage. It's very interesting. It doesn't really make sense.
And the Islanders are not a big offensive team either, though.
No, they're not, and it's tough. They put Barzal in a very tough situation.
All right, I'm also going to take the full game under, which will be 6 minus 115 at the Greek. So I'll double up here. I'm taking the Vegas team total under, and I'm taking the Vegas Islanders under 6 minus 115. I'll take both of those, and Jimmy the Bag is on the Islanders -1.5. People have already talked about the Penguins, right? Penguins as a no-brainer play here on the puck line. That is one of the plays that Jimmy the Bag tweeted out. -1.5 plus 149. The Chicago Blackhawks, similar to the Chicago Bulls, are dumpster fire-esque, at least, if not a legit no-brainer dumpster fire. No controversy there. It's just a dumpster fire team.
They're just awful, and we need to take advantage of this, and that's why we weren't afraid of taking the Jets, even at plus 105 or whatever they gave us. What was it? Plus 115 on the show. I bet it at plus 110. Yeah, fade the Blackhawks, and I'm on the over. I'm on the Penguins -1.5. I'm on the over 6. Could have got it at 5.5 at -130 very early this morning.
Oh shit! Dwayne Reed likes Vegas money line. That's interesting. Sorry, just caught my eye. We do like to hear what Dwayne Reed has to say, don't we?
Absolutely. This is a tough spot, Dwayne, for these Western Conference teams. I've seen the best Western Conference teams come into this sleepy arena and lose over and over and over again. I will make this bet on the Islanders blindly every single time I have an opportunity on the reverse puck line with no fear. The only time we stopped making it last year was when they had a ton of defensive injuries. But I'm going to keep hammering this immediately. I love it. So, but Dwayne Reed, do your thing. You're a great capper. Penguins, Blackhawks, Pens 6-2-2 over their last 10. I'm telling you, this is a very good hockey team. Very good hockey team that nobody wants to meet in the playoffs. Now, the big thing here is that Matt Murray might be in goal. Penguins have had a very interesting year. Very, very interesting year. 6-4-4 on the road, just 13-10-6. Not looking good. They won for just the third time at Nassau Coliseum on Monday. Third time in 23 games when they scored 3 or fewer goals, which points towards the disappointing goaltending they've received. Matt Murray is back practicing. Matt Murray might be back in between the pipes tonight. That would be great for the over. He's looked extremely susceptible. Matt Cullen is also practicing. That's huge for the team. Fourth line center. He's 42 years old, I believe, but he's such a accountable guy, such a great dressing room guy, the kind of guy every winning team needs. Pens are still missing Hornqvist, Simon, and Schultz. Blackhawks are on the second half of a back-to-back after losing their 8th straight to Winnipeg, 6-3 last night. Blackhawks allowed 3 first-period goals. Cam Ward got lit up. Blackhawks are playing without Artem Anisimov, their second-line centerman. This team has no depth whatsoever. He's not a very good player, but he leaves a huge hole in this bad lineup. He did not travel with the team to Winnipeg. He's in concussion protocol. They also lost Eric Gustafsson, the defenseman, the top 4 defenseman, because of a sickness. He was a late scratch. I'm not sure if he's going to be back. Their penalty killing unit is terrible. They allowed 3 more goals. They have the worst power play in the league at 11.3%. They have the worst penalty killing in the league at 72.6%. They're just a bad hockey team.
Just a dumpster fire.
Shout
out to Nikki Total, says, first time watching the show, just stumbled upon this at lunch during work. So far, I'm interested. Shout out to Nikki Totals. They used to call me Totals Loshak, Nikki. So we have something in common.
Yeah. And now we call him Lodals Loshak.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice to have him, man.
So it's a dumpster fire situation here.
Just take advantage of it. Take advantage of fading the Blackhawks. Now, there are going to be a few spots at home where I'm going to back the Blackhawks as a dog.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think this Pens team is going to get hot. We had Gate Pass Key say earlier last week, he said, this is the time of year when the best teams rise to the top and start smashing the worst teams. It really is. That changes.
Even on the road.
Absolutely. This Pens team is going to turn it up, and they have to turn it up. They have to turn it up. I really like this play. I'm quite confident in both the over and the Pens smashing.
Both the over and the Pens smashing. All right, hold on one second. Let me just find my sheet. I have so many sheets that I want to look at. King Rail asked an interesting question. What do you think about the first period over? Jim Tobleson likes the first period over. Now I am pretty fucking.
In this Pens Blackhawk?
Yeah, I'm pretty friggin'. And there you go. Anthony L says Pens Hawks over 6 is a no-brainer, right? I'm a little bit off on my instincts when it comes to reads and picks. I gave a lot of first period overs yesterday that left, of course, the Washington over 6 on the table. I would be thinking over here as well, first period and full game over.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I love it.
You love it. You love the over.
Yeah.
Oh, and you did give it as official play.
Oh yeah, I bet it.
That's right. There you go. Over 6 minus 110.
I bet it a little late because I was working on the big NBA card most of the morning. So I wish I got in a little early. Could have got a little bit of a better line, but I think this will keep going up. Now, if you are going to take the first period over, I think you want Matt Murray in goal.
Mm-hmm.
I think you want Matt Murray in goal, but who cares if it's the Smith? As we said, Penguins have won 3 times out of 23 games when they scored 3 or fewer goals. Their goaltending's been bad all season long. And that's strange coming from a team that's so responsible defensively. Because their forwards are responsible. I mean, not Kessel and Malkin, but the other guys are very responsible. And they're missing Hornqvist from the lineup.
Man. Give me the bag. I just ran a query on my spreadsheet here. My first period overs are down 13 units on the year.
Oh my God.
Wow. I'd be up 38 units if I hadn't given any first period overs.
They give me so much anxiety. I don't understand if you think you have... The one thing is, if you think you have an edge, why wouldn't you give yourself 60 minutes instead of 20?
Yeah. My first period unders are even. That is very interesting right there. I knew it. Wow, I'd be up 30. Wow, my first period overs are down 13 units on the year. Of course, I am up 25 units overall. So, wow. All right, so let's...
I really want to get through this NHL card as fast as possible to work with everybody on the NBA card. I don't mean to rush this too much.
No,
but
please.
This Flyers-Flames game is strange. Already Anna Merrick talking about it. I'm pretty young. I want to take the Flames here. And maybe I want to take the over. But I just want to hear what you guys have to say. I mean, the Flyers' goaltending is so atrocious, and Mike Smith I think he's going to take this job back. There was a big poll done in Canada who we thought the Flames should play if they were playing Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals in net. And I said Smith, and it was no doubt to me. Flames are a well-rested group. They're coming off a 1-0 road loss to the Oilers on Sunday, just a couple hours away drive. They're getting their captain, Mark Giordano, back. Mm-hmm. Giordano was suspended for 2 games for his knee-on-knee with Mikko Koivu. He went up and watched the games from the press box. He said he wanted to watch from up there. He wanted to get a different idea of what's going on with the team. He is a great defenseman. 3 goals, 26 assists, 29 games this year. This is about as good as I've seen him play. He's a great leader. Now, with the Flyers, they went 2-0-1 their first 3 games of December. It looked like they were turning things around, then get destroyed 7-1 by the Jets on Sunday. And that's going to happen when you have such weak goaltending. Now, they didn't have Sean Couturier, who's an extremely important forward. He's been out for the last 2 games. He's back. The Flames are also missing Michael Backlund to do everything depth center for them. That is very important. Blocks shots, wins faceoffs, is responsible defensively. He's in concussion protocol. They're also missing Stone and Valimaki, the 5th and 6th defensemen on the depth chart. I want to take them here, but I don't know if Smooth Moses saying Smith back in business. Eddie Weller says Flyers 30th ranked power play 0 for 13 in the last 8 games. Yeah, I think Couturier will help that. This is a tough spot. It's a tough spot. I would like to take the Flames here, but I don't. I think maybe the over is the safest play. I'm leaning towards the over. What's been the movement in the total?
I don't know, but why wouldn't you be lying? I mean, the line is huge, but it feels like a no-brainer play on Calgary, at least -1, if not on the puck line. But you disagree with that. The total on this one is 6.5.
You know, me and Tom Marino have been sort of going back and forth
on
Philly all year. I think Philly is a team that actually gives you value. I think their record allows us to make money off of them.
Mm-hmm.
I really expect that this Flyers team will go on an 8-game winning streak or a 7 or 8-game winning streak as soon as they get some quality goaltending.
And you don't think that Calgary is just an auto play on team right now, especially coming off the loss, right? I mean, they were on a nice winning streak before then. Coming off a tough loss against Edmonton, that's a rivalry game now. Are they going to get up for this one, or are they going to have a little bit of a letdown because of that?
I don't think they're going to. This is a Flames team that, I have all the futures on them. They're 6th in goals per game. They're 4th in goals allowed. This is a team that's going on a run. I got them. I was so upset. I went over my futures. I only have $100 on them on each play to win the division, but I got plus 560. I thought I had 200 in my head, but 100 is fine. I like this Flames team very, very much. And again, Big Man reiterating. So I kind of screwed it up last time. So let me repeat it for saying, for what it's worth, I would not be betting unders this week in college. Exam schedules are tedious. So keep that in mind when we're hammering college basketball, and that's a great point. Thank you for making it in our chat. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do, and I don't want to spend too much time.
No, that's all right. Kylie Reynolds says Calgary plays good off a loss. Team total over, puck line, cash it. Eddie Euler leaning Calgary and over. Hard to trust the Flyers.
Hard to trust the Flyers, no doubt. I'm sort of leaning over too. What would we get on the total right now?
Well, that's the problem. It's 6.5.
Oh,
6.5.
Yeah, that's no good.
The old 6.5. All right, and then let's talk about Dallas Anaheim. Feels like maybe an under, and maybe Anaheim is the right side here at just -110. Feels a little bit like the Detroit game from Monday, where I liked Detroit and the under. Same kind of lines here. -110 on the money line and like 5.5 juice to the under. I'd be leaning under, leaning Anaheim. What do you think?
Well, back to this just quickly. This Flyers-Flames game, I just need more time.
Yeah.
I need more time. Hopefully we can talk about it throughout the day. Hopefully we can talk about it on the late show. I want to make a play here. I think we can find an angle. I'm just a little pensive just to jump on the Flames right now early. Stars-Ducks is another game I'm a little uncomfortable with. Ducks have won 6 of 7 games, moved top 3 in the Pacific Division. We thought they were rolling. Then they lost 4-1 to Carolina, and the market was telling us that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I still fell for that trap late. I stayed off of it all day until the very end of our late show. Then they followed that up with a strange 6-5 shootout win at home over the Devils. They're still without Cam Fowler, and they're also without Rickard Rakell. So they're without their number 1 defenseman, and they're without their number 1 winger, and Rickard Rakell. You can say Silverberg might have turned into their number 1 winger throughout the season. Stars had won a season-high 4 straight games. Then they lose 4-2 against the Golden Knights to open this 4-game road trip. This is game 2 of their 4-game road trip. Stars have already defeated the Ducks twice this year. Through a 12-day period in October. They were down 3-0 October 13th, scored 5 straight, won 5-3. Dallas scored 4 second-period goals against Anaheim. Dallas has a healthy group of forwards, but they're still missing those 4 defensemen, most importantly, Klingberg. So you're taking 2 teams who are both missing their top defensemen. Then you're taking Stephen Johns, Mark Mathot, Connor Caracol out. I find with dealing with teams with tons of injuries, I just feel the volatility skyrockets. Eddie Euler says Dallas Anaheim goes to OT.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the goes to a shootout for a 10-1 score, but that makes sense, Eddie Euler. It feels like it's going to be a close game.
What's your take on Anaheim right now, Jimmy the Bag, offensively? Because, in the beginning of the year, we had them pegged as a relatively modest offensive team, but there's no question over the past week or so, they've been exploding.
They are going to be among the worst teams offensively this year. I don't think that will change. That's the way they're coached. They're 30th in goals per game at 2.44. They're a defensive-minded team. Their power play is not very good right now at 24th at 15.7%. That'll get better when Fowler's back. Their penalty killing is good. This is just not a team that you want to count on for offense. I know they just put up a big number against the Devils, but I don't believe in that. Evelyn Enright says Ducks. I'm pretty uncomfortable with this spot. These last 2 games I want to spend a little more time on before I make a move.
I'm leaning Ducks here, and I'm leaning under, and I'm thinking about making a super safe play here, taking like 6 at minus 160 or something like that. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to sign in.
Dwayne Reed taking the Stars -1.5 at plus 280. I kind of like teams on the second game of a road trip. if they have character. I don't know if this team is one of those. Shout out to Fartbox Frenzy says, love these two. Smash like fellas.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me see. Yeah, the Anaheim Dallas under 6 minus 154.
Eddie Euler said I was leaning under in Stars Ducks, but Dallas has won the first two meetings 5-2 and 5-3. Dallas has a completely healthy forward group.
And
for the first time all
right.
year. Well, you're getting guys that can help. Martin Hansel, he's always had a big body with soft hands, but he's dealt with tons of injuries. He's back in the lineup. Evelyn Enright says Dallas hasn't won in Anaheim in 2 years. This is a tough game. No doubt about it. It's a tough game.
So you don't like the under because you think that Dallas might put up a big number on these guys with their healthy healthy forward.
I don't think. But I think worst case scenario would be like a 4-2 final.
Right.
No, I would lean towards.
All right, it's safe, and I'm maybe being a little bit. This might come back to burn me, but I will take the under on this one, and I will buy to 6 here.
Speaking of unders, how about that Nashville Ottawa under?
Oh, very nice, Jim. I tailed that one. That one.
That was just. I knew it. I kept saying this. It just feels so good, and they scored, and Nashville scored. Ottawa scored. One of the teams scored within the first 30 seconds of the game. I was like, don't worry about anything.
All right, I'm going to take under, and I am going to buy to 6 minus 154 because I agree with you, Jim. I think a 4-2 either way is entirely possible here, so I want to protect myself against that one. Vaguely leaning Anaheim, but I will hold off on that one.
Yusuf Salih says, Ducks, nothing without Raquel. Either play under or Stars money line. Raquel is a special forward. That's a great comment, Yusuf. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
yes. Trying to tell me Anaheim will win and the total will go over. Wow.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Okay, we've got more time to hand. We've got such a big NBA card. I really want to spend
All right,
time
so
on.
once again, I have taken. What about Jimmy the Bag has taken Islanders minus 1.5, Penguins minus 1.5, and Pittsburgh Chicago over. And I've taken Vegas team total under 3.5, Vegas Islanders under 6, and Dallas Anaheim under 6. Let's move on to the big NBA card here, Jim.
I have to see finally. I finally broke 20 units. I have to see it. I have to see.
Let's show Jimmy the Bag's record. My NBA record continues to be shitty. Continues to be super shitty, even though I'm struggling here and there, trying to climb up. I should just blindly tail Jimmy the Bag, I guess. I had a loser yesterday on the Portland team total over. There were people who were suggesting there was someone who said I am a diehard Houston fan. Trust me, take Portland plus the points, and that was a loser yesterday. The one play that Jimmy the Bag tweeted out already is Hornets minus 5.5. That's an interesting call. I was leaning that way as well, which might not be a great sign for you, Jimmy the Bag.
I believe in that stuff at all. I'd love for you to join me.
Well, the only reason I'm thinking about it is just it's such an obvious play, right, Jimmy the Bag? Such an obvious play. Charlotte is much better rested. Detroit has not been scoring. I was thinking about Detroit team total under, but when I look at this, maybe I don't know if it's just like I'm overthinking it or if it's is such an obvious play.
To me, when there's a play that makes sense,
right?
Just take it. And those aren't even my main points. My main points is we're dealing with a Pistons team that has a banged up backcourt.
Right.
They're expected to get Stanley Johnson back. Bullock, Robinson, Ish Smith all out. Now they're talking about possibly trading Ish Smith. And we've got this Hornets team where Walker is healthy and Parker is rolling. And Parker's allowing Walker to play off the ball. Walker had 21 points, Parker 19 in that win over Denver on Friday night. Then Walker goes for 25, Parker 16 in that 12-point win at New York on Sunday. These two guys are going to destroy. I mean, I hope Bruce Brown doesn't have to be in there. I hope some of these guys don't have to be in there. This is now I don't care that Blake Griffin was given a day off for rest. I don't care that the last time these teams played, Andre Drummond went off for 23 points and 22 boards. I think the advantage at the guard spot, Walker and Parker combined for 48 points and 20 for 35 shooting in their last game. I just feel like this is without a doubt the spot here. That was the last game. They went 48 points, 20 for 35. The last time the Hornets played the Pistons in that 113-103 spot. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned that this is too easy. I'm not concerned that this is too simple. I don't feel like this is a trick. I don't feel like the market's telling us something. I don't feel any of that.
It's just like I'm looking at this one. I'm like, all right. How much of an advanced capper do you have to be to see this as the most obvious play on the card? And the line has not moved. In fact, it's moved a very extremely teeny bit in Detroit's favor. And I was thinking about the Detroit team total under, and this line, I think the total has gotten bet down, from 219.5 to 217. Damn it. I was liking the under here. I was liking Charlotte, and I was liking the Detroit team total under. Is that super obvious as well, or just a good play?
Well, Brant Hunt says, Jimmy, I was leaning under. What do you think?
Yeah.
I guess with Griffin coming back rested, so the whole idea, I think, with Casey resting Griffin was that, man, we're going to get destroyed by guard play in Charlotte. We're going to need a fresh Griffin so that he can put up 30 and go off. And the last time he played the Hornets, he had a really bad game, 4 for 16 from the field, 10 points, 0 for 4, I believe, from 3. I just feel like that I think that Griffin's going to run. I think Griffin can put up 30 in this game. Drummond's going to get a ton of attention, although the Hornets have a nice group of bigs that they can put on him, although they don't play Biyombo anymore, which is understandable. I like this. I don't care. Dwayne Reed says Hornets should be -8 at least. I have no concerns here that this is a simple play. You take money when it's offered to you and when you have the highest percentage chance of winning. I like this spot very much.
Okay, so let's hold on one second. I'm going to think about this because we do have the afternoon show, and I want to see where the line movement is. Get some more information later on. All right, what else do we have here? We have the Knicks Cleveland. Knicks have lost 4 in a row.
One note from a capper. We got Ski Profit coming in saying Hornets kind of small for the Pistons. Blake and Drummond should eat. I understand the injuries and guard play, but the best player on the court has an advantage too. Yes, Drummond. You could say statistically he dominated the last time these two teams met, but they were never in control. They were always playing from behind in that game. But you're right. You're absolutely right. I just feel like the issues defensively are too enormous. Or, excuse me, the issues at the guard spot are just too enormous to overlook. If Tony Parker wasn't there whispering into Kemba's ear and making him play better, making him be the player that we've always imagined he could be, I would agree. But you have a very important point that Ski's making. There is an advantage in the front court, but it doesn't concern me.
All right, next game let's talk about is the Knicks and the Cavs. The Knicks, of course, have lost 4 in a row straight up in ATS. They're not playing any D. The Cavs can't really score. I was thinking, though, it's a modest total. Maybe the over. It's gotten bet down, though. Maybe the over. What do you think?
Not entirely sure what to do with this game. I feel like, again, when we're dealing with the worst teams in the league, the volatility skyrockets. Colin Sexton, Knox will meet for the first time. Sexton is rolling, 15.6 points. His first 27 games, shot 44.9%, made 45.1% of his threes, been in double figures 23 times, including each of the 17 games he started. Averaged 18.6 points when he started. But his distribution continues to hold him back and the team back. He did have 6 assists finally in that 116-101 home win over the Wizards, but he's still averaging just 2.6 a game, and then he came back against Milwaukee and only got 2 assists. The Cavaliers got the bad news on the injury front. Tristan Thompson out for the next 2 to 4 weeks with a foot injury. He was looking very good, 12 points, 11.6 boards. I kind of am interested to see Larry Nance get some more run, though. I think that he can do a lot with some more run. Nwaba is close to returning from his knee injury. Kevin Knox starting to look good for the Knicks after an injury kind of slowed down his start. He averaging 15.6 points on 39.2% shooting in 5 games in December, coming off one of his best games, that 26-point, 15-rebound performance in that loss against the Charlottes. He got 41 minutes. Knicks are also dealing with injuries at guard. So if we're going to talk about the pace, let's figure out what's going to happen. Trey Burke out with a knee injury. Alonzo Trier has a hamstring injury, which means it'll be the Ntilikina show. And Ntilikina, we talked about Fizdale getting in his head, making him uncomfortable to shoot, scared to shoot. Then he has 3 games as a healthy scratch. He comes back, does okay in that first game, and then he has his first good game of the year. In that loss to the Hornets, 7 for 11 shooting, 4 for 4 from 3. He also had 6 fouls. He's very aggressive defensively. I agree that there'll be more defense with Ntilikina getting the run and Trier and Burke out of the lineup. Michael Munoz says Knicks have been winning lately in Cleveland. Barry Cohen saying Knicks first half. Dwayne Reed, Knicks money line. King Rail, Knicks win. Wow. Young OG talking about that Pistons spot. Pistons can't make threes. It's even worse now with their injuries at guard. Their 3-point shooting is atrocious. Their perimeter shooting is going to hold them back all year long. They need to make a move. Reggie Jackson just will never be the player that we imagined him being. So with Ntilikina back, I think there will be more defense. What's happened in this total?
With the Knicks one, well, it's gotten bet down.
Because when I was looking at it, it was up to 215. Is that the right game that it went up to 215?
I can check right now, but it's now down to about, let me see, New York, Cleveland. It's now down to did it get up to 215? No, yeah, it did get up to 215. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
And then it's come back down?
Yeah.
Wow, very interesting, because I thought when I saw that market move, I did have a vague feel for the under. Reggie said I was liking the under. Yeah, let's see. My man Kingu says Cavs won, but they're tanking still. Don't be fooled. They know they have to slow down. Knicks not so much because they know they got Porzingis and a plan on signing a star this offseason. Knicks all day.
All right, I'm reading comments here from the comment section about soccer, which is very interesting. A lot of people talking about the Lyon game.
Wow. I thought that. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I thought that market move was saying don't do this.
What, on the total?
Yeah, that's what told me this morning when I was like, should I do it? And I saw that it had gone up to 215.
No, it's now down to 213, yes.
Wow.
And we saw that yesterday. What was the game that we saw yesterday where we saw a total that moved exactly the same way? Let me just remind myself because it was or it might have been Monday. Sorry, let me just click on
I
fucking
find that
ad.
under very interesting. Very interesting. With Sexton and Knox going back and forth, more Ntilikina. You know, if Trey Burke is running, Trier is running, there's going to be more offense. I think that the under is the play. I'd love to hear what Dan Kelly has to say about it.
Oh, I think it was the Washington-Indiana game that was going up and down when it came to the total.
It didn't scare me at all.
And it didn't scare us, and we wound up taking. I wound up taking the under too, and we wound up cashing on it.
Yeah, we absolutely did. Retro Star, nice to see him back in action. A lot of people liking the Knicks here in this spot. I find the under very interesting. Let's go back to it. Let's continue watching the line movement. Let's keep breaking down these games.
All right, so the next game we have, what do we have here? You know, Brooklyn, Philly. Philly's rolling ATS. Nets are also starting to play better. Jimmy Butler, is he out? I know that he is out, right? I was thinking the Nets might be the play here. Again, I'm not really trusting my reads right now, but Philly has been rolling ATS. Maybe the Nets getting a few too many points here. What do you think?
My man Pimpy coming in saying Vegas Knights moneyline lock. Another spot where we're going against each other, Pimpy. I'm going to fade every Western team playing at Barclays all year. I got Islanders -1.5 plus 350. Nets, Sixers. After Chris Levert's injury, Nets went on that terrible run. We all watched it. Huge fourth quarter collapses, lost 8 straight. And then they beat the Raptors. D'Angelo Russell leads the way with 29 points. They followed the next night with a win over at the Knicks, with Dinwiddie leading the way with 25 points. Now they're a rested group feeling better about themselves. But the Sixers are rolling. Coming off a 116-102 win over the visiting Pistons that was done without Butler, who left in the first quarter. They've won 10 of 12. They're 14-1 at home. And we're getting a good look at Furkan Korkmaz. 18 points. McConnell, whom I love, 14 points. Landry Shamet, Mike Muscala, 10 points each. They needed their bench, and their bench came through with 54 points. This is a dangerous team to fade. But yeah, Bleds W says Philly will roll without Butler. T-Money says Sixers cover still without Butler. This is a dangerous team to fade. And they stepped up and showed what sort of pieces they have as soon as Butler went down. Yeah, my initial feeling was, wow, the Nets look appealing. I don't know if I can do that, especially with Furkan getting run, showing everybody what he can do. King U says Nets play no damn defense. They're so trash. Bleds W says Embiid snaps. King Rail says Nets +7, already tweeted it out.
Really? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about as well.
Wow, nice to see. So great having King Rail in our chat. Says 3 units on Bucks -2 tonight. Wow. Troy V, Philly team total over. Walter Trotter agreeing with Rail. Wow.
On the Nets, huh?
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. What's the movement being in that?
It is headed down a little bit. It opened at 7.5. It's now down to a 6.5 or 7.
Oh,
and
really?
All right, I'll trust my read on this one, even though my NBA season might be lost here. Will Hill still has 7 plus 110, so I'll take that one. I'm going to take the Nets +7 -110. It's currently a split line, 7 or 6.5. I'm definitely leaning that way. And if Brooklyn's down at the half and catching a few points, I'll probably be on Brooklyn on the second half as well. Jimmy the Bag. Let's move on to another game. Let's see. Portland against Memphis. How about that? Right? Portland, lost at Houston. Yesterday, a bunch of people were saying that they thought that Portland was the play plus the points, including some people who are diehard Houston fans. I don't know. Portland early off the loss. Maybe Portland first quarter, first half. What do you think?
This is a tricky spot, This Portland game. A lot of moving parts here and a lot of information coming in late. A beat up Portland team coming off a back-to-back, but not nearly as beaten up. And I only say they're beaten up because I was shocked at the way they were played last night. Lillard and McCollum both played 39 minutes. All starters played over 31 minutes. That does not make sense to me. That trying too hard to get a win at Houston, that just does not make sense to me. It's also a spot where if you're going to back Portland, I would probably wait. I would wait because this is a banged-up Grizzlies team. Gasol's being bothered by a sore ankle, and he's looked bad. He had 7 points and 2 boards at Denver. Nikola Jokic just destroyed him. He has recorded double-digit rebounds in 2 of his last 9 games. And then Conley, out of nowhere, is dealing with a left hamstring soreness, so he might not play. He's already been playing bad with that sprained finger. This was a spot where I initially was like, wow, I'm going to take the Grizzlies. And then it's like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why the line is where it is, because this is a beat-up Grizzlies squad. Maybe the Blazers come in and do run, but a very tired Blazers team against a beat-up Grizzlies team, man, I very uncomfortable with this game.
Yeah, I'm starting to see some comments. Sorry, on the Philly game. Bleds W says Philly will will roll without Butler, and Kingu AB about business says Nets play no damn defense. They're so trash. Is Philly going to roll without Butler? That does tend to happen with teams, don't they?
Well, I love what Furkan and McConnell
T Money
did.
says Sixers still cover without Butler.
It's an uncomfortable game. It's an uncomfortable game. I love the championship teams show up when they miss their star player. They show the parts, how strong they are. Raptors did that last night. The Warriors do it time and again. The Warriors are, the team, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But these teams that step up, like the Celtics, the best teams in the league will show what they can do without their star player. So it's tough. It's tough. This is a dangerous team.
And everyone's talking about the Knicks game, how they're liking the Knicks, that Thompson being out is a big deal. He eats rebounds. Here's a comment on that one. Yeah, maybe the Knicks, yeah.
Dwayne Reed on Portland first half, Andre Harrison on over in the Blazers game. This Grizzlies team is a mess. Rico Money on the Mavs. Mavs have been very good to us lately. King Real saying inside info, Blazers are trying to move CJ. Very interesting. This game, we need more information.
Mm-hmm.
I need to hear Gasol talk about how he's doing. I need to hear if Conley's going to play. And I need to know, we're getting information from Rostradamus saying Lillard tweaked his left shoulder last night, non-shooting one. These types of games make me so uncomfortable. And what I've been doing this year is not forcing anything.
All right. How about let me introduce you to a game that might make you even more uncomfortable, Jimmy the Bag. OKC against New Orleans, right? OKC against New Orleans. I was thinking maybe Pels team total under again, maybe the full game under. It opened at 232. Now it's all the way up to 235.5. So this total has gotten bet way up. But New Orleans, Mirotic is still doubtful. Etuan Moore.
Mirotic is out.
Mirotic is out, and
ruled out.
Is he doubtful? He's out.
He's ruled out. Etuan Moore is questionable.
Etuan Moore is questionable. I was assuming he's out.
Yeah, I don't have maybe the other guys in the chat know about Etuan at this point with that lower leg strain, but Mirotic is being ruled out.
So we have Mirotic out, Etuan Moore probably out. Why do we not like the Pelicans team total under again?
I think that might be a good play. The Thunder are one of those teams that I'm afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid of, and now how many times have the Thunder let us down last year and a half as a road favorite? So many times that I don't want to take them anymore.
Yeah.
And then the Pelicans here, we talked about that spot going into Boston. Anthony Davis was held. Anthony Davis goes off for 41, and they get beaten badly. The Thunder have now won 5 of their last 6, 17-4 after starting 0-4, a half game up on the Warriors. Scotty Rock saying the Warriors are about to go on a run. Not only Scotty Rock, but Raul Portwando. Mm-hmm. All the guys from the Bay Area are like, watch this run. They're about to go on. And I understand that. These Thunder are coming off a 122-113 home victory against Utah. They destroyed in that game. Paul George is having so much fun because I'm enjoying playing with this group. We got a special group here. We want to win. We want to win big. That's first and foremost. Scores 31 points, goes 5 of 6 from 3, has people chanting MVP in the background. Schroeder playing off the ball and enjoying it. He goes off for 23 points. Steven Adams is a beast. He goes for 22. Westbrook goes 4 for 18, and they win easily. Remember, last year he'd go 4 for 18, and they would lose or maybe have a chance late.
Right.
They're just a different team. They're a scary team. Crypto King says, I like OKC on the road, but revenge game for Nola. Thunder are 14-1 this season against teams under 500. That includes these Pelicans. New Orleans, under 500. They've been going back and forth, alternating wins and losses. Pelicans coming off a disappointing loss on Monday. Celtics led by as many as 22 without 5 of their players. Horford, Irving, and Hayward especially. Davis goes for 41. It doesn't matter.
New Orleans, of course, was a dead over team for much of the year, right? And then recently things started to change. Over the past 2 weeks or so, they've definitely been lower scoring. Their ATS results have been so-so, but I think we've had success. I've had success taking them on their team total unders, right? The Boston game, I should have taken Boston, but I definitely had the Pelicans team total under, and that was a good read. And I'm thinking about that one here again. The Pelicans, go ahead.
King Rail says, auto fade Pels rest of December. Let me ask you guys this. Is this when it happened? When Drew Holiday said, I don't want to play point guard. Mm-hmm. We know that Alfred Payton's hurt. He said, I don't want to play point guard. And then Anthony Davis, I don't remember if it was, I think it was Anthony Davis says, we don't want him. He doesn't want to play point guard. We don't want him playing point guard. As soon as that happened, things just started moving in the wrong direction for them. without Mirotic, they moved Randall into the starting lineup. Randall's a guy that when I watch play, I'm like, why is this guy not averaging 13 or 25 and 12 every game? And he just doesn't show up some games.
Without Mirotic, that hurts them. That hurts them offensively as far as the total is concerned, right?
Cap'n 24/7 says OKC game and under. Yeah, because he loves those quick transition threes.
All right, I'm going to take the Pelicans, team total under, and that will be 116.5. 116.5 minus 106. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Again, I might be wrong here. I'm feeling nervous about my Nets play as well, but I'm going to take the New Orleans team total under 116.5 minus 106. That's the current line at Pinnacle. 116.5.
What's been the spread movement for the
No
Thunder?
movement on the spread. Just a strong temporary, or at least as of right now, move to the over, which has me scratching my head just a teeny bit.
I'm wondering if I should make a move on this Thunder team. I just feel like they're rolling. They're feeling good about each other. But I just tell you, I just have such a vivid memory of losing with this team as a road favorite all the time. Spots where you think they're going to play well. At least here, all they have to do is basically win the game, -2.
That's why I'm taking the team total under. If win or lose, if it's a lower scoring game, the team total will probably cash. And if OKC does blow them out and the game goes over, there's still a chance.
Oh, Dan Kelly's here.
Oh, shout out to Dan Kelly.
Has arrived. Okay, this will help.
Yeah,
this will help. Dan Kelly, third quarter, Brooklyn plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
First half, Detroit, Charlotte over 111. Full game, Cleveland money line.
Full game, Cleveland money.
We had
wow.
everybody in our chat
On
saying
the
Knicks. First half, Knicks, Cleveland over. First half, OKC money line. Full game, Toronto money line.
Wow.
Against the Warriors. Ooh, full game, Toronto team total over 110. Wow, I like that play quite a bit. I like that team total over. Full game, Toronto, Golden State over 227. Money line parlay, getting 71-1 on Brooklyn, Detroit, Indiana, Toronto. Wow, that's an exciting card.
There you go. So Dan Kelly likes the Detroit, Charlotte over. Despite a market move on the full game to the under, Knicks, Cleveland over. Yeah, see, but just the first half, though.
What an exciting card Dan has.
I was leaning Knicks, Cleveland over as well, but, all your points in the market movement indicated the under. OKC on the first half he likes.
He's saying that's a great pick, Mr. Loshak. You're telling me don't do it, Jimmy. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I've lost too often with this Thunder team on the road. But, God, I'm not going to make a move at this point. Let's talk about the most exciting game on the card. Raptors, Warriors.
Yeah.
Raptors on the second half of a back-to-back. They held Kawhi Leonard out. We doubled up. I jumped on Dan Kelly's team total Clippers under.
So did I. Shout out to you, Dan Kelly. That also went very much in line with your analysis of the game in general.
Yeah, it did. But what a treat it is to have his info. God, it's just so helpful for us.
Last two team totals I've tailed of Dan Kelly's have won. So maybe the Dan Kelly jinx is over for me.
It is over.
Yes,
it is over. So Nick Nurse says if his hip's good, he'll go. I guess I'm going to wait. I guess I want to know exactly what's going on with him. Because if he's not in the lineup, I still don't mind taking the Raptors in this spot to cover, but then we'll get a much, much better line. So I'm going to wait at this point. Lowry snapped out of his slump, 21 points, 7 assists. Now we're talking about a Warriors team that should start rolling. We saw how good they could play without Curry and Draymond Green. That was one of the games of the season. Scotty Rock saying Dub Nation -7. Warriors have won 4 straight. They've averaged 119.5 points per game. Steve Kerr said he noticed the difference having Draymond back for the first time. He says, I just think we play with a faster pace. That's the main thing. First few minutes, we looked different. Green got a couple rebounds, pushed the ball. Everybody else sort of said, oh, yeah, we got to run. Draymond's got the ball. Now, what I thought was going to happen, and the reason why I was going to take the Timberwolves and stayed off of it, it would have been a cash release, is because he was out ahead of the play. He's kind of not forcing, but, sort of forcing his vibe into the game. And I thought that we use the word discombobulate the team. This is a very interesting spot. I'm so excited that I think Dan Kelly's card is so exciting.
Yeah. And interesting that he likes the first half over in the Cleveland Knicks game. He likes Cleveland on the money line. He likes the first half over in Detroit, Charlotte.
Kingu about business liking the under. Oh, I got it. Can you take? I got to copy and paste and take a deeper dive.
Kyrie Abraham liking the Warriors will shoot them out of the gym. Crypto King Golden State is a gift, especially Toronto on back-to-back. Great letdown after good win against the Clippers, even with Kawhi. And then I was thinking about once again to protect myself a little bit. Team total, the Golden State Warriors team total over 117. Obviously, that's a high total, but if the Warriors are clicking and playing a fast pace that is entirely eclipsable for them, the Golden State Warriors team total over 117. What do you think about that, Jim? Maybe. No,
I don't think I like it that much.
Right?
I don't think. I think that the Raptors' only spot where they can get to the Warriors is defensively.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that's their only chance, and not what happened without Curry and Draymond Green. That was a completely different thing in Toronto. I think in Golden State, it's got to be defense. I mean, let's take a closer look at what Dan likes here.
Yeah, no, I can tell you exactly what he likes. He likes a shot with Toronto to win outright at plus 255, team total over 110, and the full game over 227. So if Dan Kelly likes the full game over and the Toronto team total over, then by definition, he probably thinks there's some value with Toronto on the spread. He didn't give that, but he did give Toronto on the money line. So if Dan Kelly thinks there's value with the Toronto team total over, the over, and the Toronto money line, I think we can extrapolate 100% that he also would agree that there's some value with Toronto on the spread at +7. Wow.
Kane Ross saying Warriors are a gift at -7. Troy V says, I think Raptors keep it close. Raps 11-3 on the road. Warriors 12-2 at home. Finals preview. Theodore McIntosh, I think the over is the best play in Golden State. Wow, what an exciting game. Luke DM says Bookie's favorite team would be Warriors by so much it's not funny. Pass on Warriors. Raptors +6.5 if I was to have a play. Wow, Drew saying Cleveland money line sounds good. Wow. Okay, we're gonna hammer. I know we're gonna hammer college basketball, but we're gonna spend the first 25 to 30 minutes of the late show on NHL and NBA, and we don't really need much time on NHL. Hopefully 5 to 10 minutes, because this is a game that needs more work. I just need to know what's going on with Kyrie. I feel like it's an ignorant play for me to buy in right now on the Raptors until I get a little more information on Kyrie, because it wasn't like Kyrie was just resting, right? They made it a point to say it was a hip injury still.
Yeah.
So I'm just a little concerned. And I want to take more time kind of deep diving into what Dan's numbers are telling him are going to happen. So
he's questionable right now? That's all we know?
Yeah. That's all we know. And the fact that they were saying we're resting, that they didn't say we're resting him, made me a little uncomfortable. So, yeah, very exciting.
All right, so is that it for NBA? Because we do want to take a little bit of time to look at college basketball. Once again, I've given the Pelicans team total under 116.5 -106, Nets +7, which might have been a mistake there. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking that with Butler out, Philly will come in and roll. Just as Minnesota started to do well when Butler when Butler left the team. And Jimmy the Bag has just one play, Hornets -5.5 +102.
Dan Gus, I can hear you guys, but I'm working on a card, so I'm not reading the chat or responding unless you ask me a direct question. Just heard my name a million times.
Shout out to Dan Kelly. All right, yeah, and no Kyrie. Let me see. What else do we have? Celtics game. You want to talk about that? Yeah, Celtics will win and cover, easily covered. Do you want to talk about college basketball, or do you want to talk about NBA, Jim?
Can we just do a couple more minutes? Can we just do the Celtics game?
Yeah, let's talk about that when people are asking.
Can we quickly just touch on the Mavericks game after, just fast, very, very quickly, and then we'll hammer the card.
Yeah, sure. Let me see. Where is it?
Celtics, Wizards. This is another spot where we're dealing with so many injuries right now in the NBA that it makes me pretty uncomfortable. Celtics are playing very good ball since Marcus Smart called everyone out. We talked about that. We talked about this, the heart and soul of this team. It's him. They've won 6 straight. They're coming off a 13-point win over a healthy Pelican squad. Marcus Morris goes for 31. Tatum for 21. Brown for 19. Robert Williams comes in, gets 7 and 11. Horford is questionable, so he could actually come back. Brad Stevens said Monday that Horford has been dealing with this patellar tendonitis, that they're going very slowly with them. I guess it's been bothering him for a month. They're going to keep an eye on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't bring him in. Aaron Baines also questionable. Williams and Theis have looked great with the extended minutes. Hayward is doubtful with the sickness. Hayward sat out money. Irving is not on the injury report. Kyrie will be in the lineup. The Wizards will most likely.
Wait, Kyrie's in the lineup?
Yes, I believe that
People were saying Kyrie's out. Wait a minute.
Everything I've read, Kyrie's not on the injury report. He's going to play.
Okay.
Until somebody tells me different. Everything I've learned from the this game this morning is
Kyrie's the Crypto King said Kyrie playing. Yeah,
John Wall also is going to play. Otto Porter Jr., right knee contusion. I'm not sure if he's going to play. I don't know if you guys know. Beal, Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He always steps up as soon as Wall's gone. I bet you he goes back to being not playing very well with Wall back in line. Very strange. But Wall is good to go. Otto Porter, questionable. He left that game. So if he's on the sidelines, Oubre will get the start and more minutes for Jeff Green. Scotty Rock saying Kyrie is probable, and King Rail saying Hayward is out.
This is another one where I was thinking under. Total has gotten bet down a bit from the opener.
What's it at?
Well, it opened at 221. There's 220.5 still available, but headed down at Pinnacle. I know that Boston. Both these teams, obviously, Washington's an overtrender on the year, and Boston can put up big points. But I'm thinking in a clash like this with Kyrie back, under? No? Tough.
It's just so tough. I mean, now you got to write down who's going to be playing, what minutes you think they're going to be playing, and then decide on pace. And I'm going to need to do that in the afternoon. And I'm not going to have a ton of time because I got to do the bowl videos. But that I can't. I've got to sit with these teams that are dealing with all these injuries, write down what I expect minutes wise, and then go from there. It's these basketball. That's why I wanted to spend more time on NBA because we need to talk these games out.
Mm-hmm.
Brent Hunt says if Wall plays, we pound the Celtics. Wall is going to play. Ski Prophet says Kyrie or not, take the Celtics. Wow. I think the Celtics. I think the Celtics are probably the spot. Troy V says Celtics always find a way, even with lots of injuries. But I just want to spend a little bit more time. The only game I want to talk before we get into college basketball quickly is, do we just hammer the Mavericks nonstop? That's what I want to know from you guys. They're making me money. They're getting me more units. When these teams first met October 24th in Atlanta, Hawks overcame a 26-point deficit. They won a 111-104 in Atlanta. Barnes was injured, did not play in that game. Trae Young goes for 12 of his 17 in the fourth quarter. And then Doncic, I assume he's going to have an answer because he's a spectacular basketball player. 17.8 points, 6.7 boards, 4.3 assists. Leading rookies in scoring, second in assists. Third in boards, Young at 15.4 points, leads with 7.2 assists. This Mavericks team has come a long way since that loss.
I was just looking at this. Obviously, Dallas is, the Hawks are not good. They did get a nice win in their last game. At some point, and I don't know if this is the time of the year where it's going to happen. At some point, I feel like Atlanta's going to turn into one of those bad teams that's going to have systematic value on their spreads for at least a short period of time, if not an extended period of time. Collins missing the start of the season and now playing well, I think is a big boost for them, right?
Huge boost.
Trae Young, I trust him, right?
Yes, and Bembry, we saw last year him step up. He goes for 18-5 and 3 off the bench against Denver. And Taurean Prince will miss at least the next 3 weeks. But they're also missing Spellman. Mm-hmm. They're also missing Jeremy Lin, not that big of a deal. I kind of like this Mavericks team without Dennis Smith Jr., although I think he's going to be a really good ball player. But I kind of like watching the dynamic without him, with Brunson and Barea getting more run. Crypto King says Mavs fan here, but I think Hawks cover today.
Right, that's what I was saying. Although Eddie Euler, I played Mavs 8.5 this morning. Ski Prophet, I'll be on Mavs in some way today. Troy V says Dallas plays so well at home.
Great, we got Maxwell Smart in the chat, so let's get to college soon.
And Irie Trostar says Dallas plays down to competition. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, and I was saying, this is a lot of friggin' points. I understand why at first glance people might be thinking that Dallas would be the play, but I don't know. I'm thinking that Atlanta.
Yeah, Retro Star says just a letdown spot for Dallas. I just feel they've been smashing teams. Though.
I know.
They coming off a 101-76 home win over Orlando. Doncic goes for 11 boards, 9 assists. Brunson looks awesome, career high 17. They're smashing. They're beating teams badly. I mean, they smashed that Magic team. That wasn't even their biggest win over the last week or week and a half. And then my man Peter Dykstra says we never talk about Jazz. Why don't we just quickly touch and then move on to college basketball?
Okay, because I'm thinking about Atlanta. In general, do you think Atlanta's a better first-half team or full-game team against a team like Dallas? Feels like this might be a letdown spot, and Atlanta comes out strong.
I need this, that's a question that I need to sit down and, really put time into the answer.
All right, I'm definitely leaning Atlanta, although a lot of people that we respect are certainly leaning Dallas for good reason. Let's talk about Utah-Miami before we move on to college basketball.
Quickly, we'll just touch on it very quickly. Gobert having a really tough time these days staying on the court. He's losing his mind. He's bitching in the press. He's being fined. He was ejected 3 minutes into the game against Houston and then played just 21 minutes against Oklahoma City. Jazz are getting off to very slow starts because he's in foul trouble. Last 2 games averaging just 41 points in the first half, but they're a healthy group. And they're a dangerous group, and a dangerous group to fade or believe in. And I've stopped betting on them. As soon as I stopped having anything to do with Jazz games, my numbers started creeping up. Miami comes to Utah playing very good basketball. Winslow is stepping up, 23 points, 56.8% from the field, shooting 52.4% from three in his last 3 games, 7 boards, 5.7 assists. Hassan Whiteside is out for the birth of his child. You know, I do think that as great as Dwayne Wade is, when he takes 7 games off for the birth of his child, other players on the team go, oh, okay, we can do that.
Right.
So, Dwayne's played very well. Tyler Johnson's listed as probable for this game. Ellington is available, but he's going through something right now. Personal issues. I don't know what it is. They're not playing him. That makes 3 straight games missed for a personal issue of some kind. Peter Deiser says it will be 100% under game, Jimmy. I guarantee it.
Which one's the Miami game? The Miami
what's
game.
the total and what's been the movement?
On the Miami game. Well, a strong market move to the over. Opened at 209.5, now up to 213.5. So that is a significant market move to the over.
Wow. Kane Ross says Jets get revenge tonight. Wow, Peter, I'm going to keep an eye on that. I think that's very interesting that Peter likes that. I'm going to keep an eye on that total and see where it goes. iRetro Star says Jazz looks so good today. Very, very interesting games. This is I wish we could spend an hour on these games with all these great You guys are the reason why my record is the way it is. I have some okay feels for psychological situations, but it's working with everybody as a team. And I just wish we could spend 20 minutes on each game. I'm only going to make the one play. Spend a lot of time on this card, and then we're going to hammer it again for the late show.
A lot of great information, though. All right, let's get to college basketball. A lot of stuff to think about here. I was thinking,
wow.
I was going to give Chattanooga plus. Well, it opened at 18.5. I got it at 17.5. They're now down to 14.5. 15 at the Greek. Go ahead.
Sorry, there's last couple notes coming in. I just want Troy V like your Mavs first half and Jazz first half. Ben Sportsbook saying Utah going to turn things around. Starts tonight against the Heat. And King Rail is on the over.
Oh, okay.
So just want to lead you in the study. Okay, sorry, let's get into college basketball.
On the over for the Dallas game, you mean?
No, on the over for the Jazz Heat.
Okay.
Following that market move.
All right.
Okay.
No, that's okay. In college basketball, I was definitely leaning. Let me. Where the hell are my notes here? I was definitely leaning. Where is that? I was definitely leaning Chattanooga. First half full game. It opened at 18.5. I bet it at 17.5. It's now down to 14.5, 15, or 15.5. William Hill still has 15.5. Other places have 15. Hold on, let me just. There's so many notes here. I got to find my notes here. Where the hell are my notes? Yes, Chattanooga plus 15.5. I will make that one an official play. I am very unhappy that I didn't tweet out 17.5 when I liked it, but I will take that one. Chattanooga plus 15.5 minus 110. That's the current line at William Hill. And I was also leaning over on that game.
So is Ninja 13.
Right. Now that line has gone the other way though. So it opened at about 142.5. I took it at 142. What happened?
Scotty Rock. Just that's all I'm gonna do is do the you can focus on everything, and I'll give you the notes. So Scotty Rock on Wichita State -8, and Max Smart says nice pick, Scotty.
And I was leaning that way as well. I was leaning Wichita State minus the points. I was leaning Chattanooga plus the points on the over, although that line has gotten bet down. Thinking about UMass, not sure what I think about it.
2 for the money's on UMass plus 10 and SD San Diego plus 9.
Yeah, I was thinking about
South Dakota. Sorry, he's just SD.
SD is San Diego,
okay,
right? San Diego against Oregon. I was thinking about I definitely was liking Wichita State. I was definitely thinking about let me see all these games here. Yeah, Chattanooga plus the points. The Chattanooga Georgia State game over.
Wow, Kobe's on both those plays too.
Which
San
one?
Diego plus 9, UMass plus 9, and BYU -6.5. Troy V says I like UMass plus 9.
Yeah. I'm not sure. It's just Massachusetts doesn't quite get blown out.
They all do. Brant Hunt, I like San Diego plus 9. Bleds W. I'll take 10 with UMass.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. It's now up to 10.5 at Pinnacle, and UMass they tend not to get blown out. You know, that's what I like about this one. And what else was I thinking about? I didn't do a full in-depth.
Squatty Latte, Alabama State versus Boise.
Got to be liking Boise there, right?
Taking 18 points.
Oh, he's taking Alabama State. Really?
Yes. Jacksonville State versus Witchy. He's taking -8 with Witchy.
Yeah, Wichita State is the lean that I would be in there.
LSU versus Houston. What total do you think he's doing?
Oh, the LSU Houston game. Yeah. Well, let me just check. Where that line is.
He's got 2 totals. I'd like to hear what you think. Okay. LSU Houston and San Diego Oregon.
Okay, so LSU and Houston. I mean, the thing about LSU is that they have a lot of upside offensively. You know, They opened at 137. It's now up to 141.5. Got to be thinking that he's liking the over in LSU Houston.
He is.
Yeah. And I will make that one an official play as well. At William Hill, it's 140.5. It's 140.5, and I'll make that one an official pick. LSU Houston over 140.5.
Has it gone down? Because he got 142. Has it been going down?
No, it's just a split line.
Okay.
It's all over the place, 140.5 all the way up to 142.5. So I will take the William Hill line over 140.5 minus 110. I was definitely liking the over there. There's a lot to like about LSU offensively. There's a lot to like about LSU in general as a team. We talked about this earlier in the year. LSU has big upside this year, in my opinion. The line has crashed though, down from 6.5 to a 3.5, and I believe that's due to the injury issues, right? We have to know if hold on 1 second. Let me find my notes.
No problem. That Houston LSU is an interesting total. And are you looking at the San Diego Oregon total?
The San Diego Oregon total. Hold on. Let me just find that one. Hold on. I'm scanning.
Shayna Polk likes Houston over LSU. A lot of people, Melee Pelisway liking Houston -3.
Yeah, I mean, at first glance, I was thinking that LSU would be the play just because they have such a big upside. But I don't want to bet against Houston, so it was a pass for me. I was liking the over, and I took it at 140.5. And then in the San Diego Oregon game, is that what you were asking about,
yes.
Jim? Obviously,
has a play on the total.
Yeah, the under would obviously be the initial no-brainer way to go on that one. Although it's gotten bet way down. What is he like?
He's on the over.
He's on the over. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
And he got it at 138. How far?
Yeah,
is it down?
It's now down to 137 as well.
I think this LSU Houston game makes sense. I'm going to join you guys on the over.
You want the over on that one?
Yes, I do.
All right, so let me LSU Houston. That's going to be 140.5 minus 110. That's the line we're going to give you right now from Will Hill. Jimmy the Bag is going to take that one. Yeah, I'm leaning San Diego, leaning UMass plus the points. And what else do we have here? Leaning Southern Illinois, and I know that Maxwell Smart likes the Southern Illinois over. If I believe that is correct. Let me see. Hold on one second. Yes, man, Maxwell Smart likes Southern Illinois as well. San Diego. Everyone is liking San Diego here.
Interesting spot. I have a question asked me about NHL that I'll quickly add. Michael Sinkowitz saying, is Sakura a good call for the Blackhawks? Absolutely. They need to do something. This team is terrible. Bring up anybody who shows any potential in the AHL, and Sakura does. Dylan Sakura does. So I think it's a smart move by the Blackhawks. We talk often about how these young guys can come up and change the vibe of a shitty dressing room. Now, I'm not saying their dressing room shitty because they got Johnny Taves, but how, we call him Captain Serious. That might be a morgue in there. So I think it's a great move. Sorry.
Yes, no, that's
Red Girl saying UMass play of the day.
Play of the day,
Trenton Claxton, Texas Tech is a lock. King Rail, low-key liking Lipscomb.
Yeah, Lipscomb has been a team that I have been talking about all year long as a team that tends to have value as a big underdog. Well, tends to have value in general, but especially as a big underdog here against a team like Louisville.
Dwayne Reed coming in with his plays. UMass plus 10. Portland State plus 18.
Okay.
Wichita State minus 8. Lipscomb plus 11. Portland plus 9. Houston minus 3.5.
Wow, yeah. And that Wichita State game is very tempting, right now, Jimmy the Bag.
Wow, Maxwell Smart saying if Luwanti Pipkins gets hot, watch out for a UMass moneyline casher.
Wow.
What's been the movement in the UMass game?
Favoring Temple. So it's possible that the entire world is liking Temple here. The LoBag's chat is liking UMass.
Kylie Reynolds saying Murray State moneyline maybe. Drew saying anybody on Murray?
No, I did not look at that game actually. Who are they playing again? Let me refresh my against Southern Illinois. That's a tough one. I was thinking about the over on that one. And I know that Maxwell Smart likes the over on that one as well.
He likes the over in which one?
Murray State, Southern Illinois.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I believe he does. Don't want to put words in Maxwell Smart. Follow Maxwell Smart on Twitter. Capper Investments. I'm not a paid member of that group. I'm just an impressed bystander. Shout out to Maxwell Smart for everything he does. And Twate Latte.
Lamont Williams saying, Jimmy, what's your best college basketball play? I'm on a roll right now, but it's just taking as much time as possible and listening to as many people as possible. So if I do have a play that I'm really liking, Lamont, I'll let you guys know on the late show. I need time. And I focus my time. Put money in your pockets in NHL and NBA. That's what I can do, and that's what I need to focus on all my time on. And then I'm going to let the Masters do their thing in college basketball and work with them. Trenton Claxton liking Texas Tech and Houston. Bleds W, I like Murray with the points. Eddie Euler, Northwestern State team total under.
Northwestern State team total
Robbie
under.
Tagaloa, Lipscomb, UMass, Jacksonville State, Murray State, LSU, Houston over. He's also on that over. I'm going to have to bet that soon.
Yeah, I would also be leaning, where is that one? The Chattanooga team total over. Of course, I do like to take team totals in general.
Retro Star says, I've been playing Murray State this whole year, and they've been blessing me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. The over on that one might be a better bet than just taking a side there. Yeah, UMass Temple, very interesting. UMass team total over 70 might be worth a shot. Chattanooga team total over might be worth a shot, and I will add both of those right now. I'm going to take UMass team total over 70 minus 110, and I'm going to take Chattanooga team total over 63.5 minus 110. Those are both lines at Heritage. Chattanooga team total over 63.5. UMass team total over 70. I'm going to take both of those.
Everybody's saying you can't go wrong with the UMass and the 10 points. I mean, if Max think there could be even, but if it's moving in Temple's direction, I'll just study the movement and decide later. My man K-Rock coming in, he likes DePaul, he likes Texas Tech. So that's a bunch of people who are now liking Texas Tech. Interesting. I'm gonna have to keep that note here.
And I also do like Wichita State here. And William Hill appears to be hanging a 7, but I think that is an off-market line there here at SBR odds. So I'm going to add on Wichita State minus 8, minus 108. I'm going to add that one on there. Wichita State minus 8, minus 108.
Yeah, I can understand that play against Jacksonville State. We have had a couple people mention that they like Jacksonville State in the chat. So
really?
I'm going to keep studying it. I'm going to keep studying at this point. There was another thing. Oh, it's Farshad Asami said, Jimmy, what do you think about Celtics in the over? What I've got to do I've got to spend just more time on that game. I just need more time. I would like to get a little bit more clarity on the injuries, although I think I have them. I feel like some of these spots, Farshad, are so difficult because of the enormous amount of injuries in the NBA right now and just need more time. Maxwell Smart says, I'm more leaning into the over in Texas Tech. King Rail says, man, today's show has been great. I think this was the best morning show so far.
Yeah, and we're not done because we got comments coming in. Where is it? Ben Sports Picks 24/7. Murray State is gold tonight. I'm thinking about the over on this one, which has not moved at all. Murray State, of course, can be a very low scoring team, but it's a modest total here. And I was thinking about the over, the modest total. It could easily go under, and then you think, all right, what was I thinking about? What was I seeing? But
well, this will help you, Farshad. Dan Kelly coming in with another spot. Second quarter over in Boston, Washington. How lucky are we that we get the insight of all of Dan's hard work? We just sit back. He does all the work, and we just get the info.
Yes.
Maxwell Smart says Jacksonville State being hard to back on the road. I think. Can you take over for a second? I want to just do a quick.
Yes. All right. So once again, the official plays that I've given: Chattanooga plus 15.5, minus 110. Wish I had tweeted it out and gotten 17.5, but all right, I'll take it. I'm also taking the Chattanooga team total over 63.5 and leaning over in that game in general. Definitely going to take LSU Houston over 140.5. We'll see how that one turns out, but LSU is just an impressive team in general with a high ceiling. UMass, everyone's liking it. I'm going to take the team total over 70, minus 110 for UMass, and I am also going to take Wichita State minus 8.
I'm going to jump on Wichita State.
You want it? You
yes,
sure?
Yes, I do. I want to jump on Wichita State.
Why? Because
just the line movement makes sense here. If Jacksonville is bad on the road, Wichita we might be getting a little bit more value out of Wichita because of their tough start. I think it makes sense, that play.
Okay, that's going to be minus 8, minus 108. Jimmy the Bag.
Thank you.
I wish we could sit here breaking down every game nonstop, reading comments nonstop, doing it all nonstop, but we do have to. Yeah, and Maxwell Smart saying if Armand Fletcher plays, I really like Southern Illinois. There's a big injury issue for Armand for Southern Illinois. We don't know if he's going to be out or not. Just can't rely on Cook, Lloyd, and Pippen beating a team with a dynamic player like Morant. Okay, let me see.
We are going to have Max on our late show today.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. So, yeah, and there's no snowstorm going on right now. We're going to have better connect. So I'm going to talk to him before the show starts, make sure that everything's clear. So we're going to really, really hammer this college basketball card on today's late show. We're going to get through. We promise you we'll get through NHL and NBA by half past, get Max on and start finding winners. Dwayne Reed saying SIU lock of the day. Angel Romero says Wichita had a slow start, so the line is low. Wichita wins by double digits for sure.
Yeah, and the other thing that I don't like is that, who was it? Someone suggested Lamont Williams, Temple UMass full game under 150. That's not great to see for my Temple team total.
No,
for my
and
UMass
it's not
team.
great to see Drew saying Jacksonville is the play. Trust me. Oof. Robbie Tagaloa, I'm the only one on Jacksonville State. They're tough to make on the road for sure, but I'm taking the shot with a point. So Drew and Robbie Tagaloa, two great cappers. Don't like being on the other side of them.
Yeah, and I'm also I was liking San Diego at 10.5. Now it's down to 8 or 8.5. Thinking about San Diego first half, thinking about San Diego full game, but we do have to wrap the show up. Hold on, let me just.
Best Gambler says Hartford is the best play on the NCAA card.
Really?
Yeah, very interesting. And BidXN's also on Hartford.
I am going to take San Diego on the first half plus 132. I will take that one as well. San Diego first half plus 5.5 minus 132. That's the current line at Pinnacle. It's 4.5 everywhere else. I will take the Pinnacle line first half plus 5.5 minus 132. And Hartford against Bryant. Really? Let me check that.
Yeah. And I've got to go shoot these bowl videos, so I've got a ton of work to do. But I'll be done those probably about 2:30, 2:45. I get a chance to work with Drew Martin, which is a treat. And then we've got a big show tonight where we got to find more winners. We've got to stay on this hot roll.
I know. All right. That's it for the Low Shack in the Bag show. Of course, we could go on another 45 minutes, but we got to cut it off now. We'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks, everyone.